Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ali Mudabbir Ahmed and today I will discuss my presentation on gross anatomy of manus of horse, ox and goat. Now let's start with the carpal, also known as the Basipodium or the carpus. The function of the carpus is locomotion, shock absorption and flexibility. The carpus are located in the manus in two rows, namely the proximal row and the distal row. Now let's talk about the carpals of the horse. The horse has 7 to 8 carpal bones. The first carpal bone of the distal row may or may not be present, and the third and the fourth carpals of the distal row are partially fused, but we can say that they are different in numbers. And the proximal row is complete with all 4 carpals, namely the radial, ulnar, intermediate and accessory carpal bone. The accessory carpal bone of horse is very prominent due to its fast running. Now let's move on to the carpus of the ox or cattle. The ox, like all ruminants, have 6 carpal bones. The third and the fourth carpal bones are fused together and the first is missing in the distal row. In the proximal row, all 4 carpals are present. Now let's talk about the carpals of the goat. The goat, also being a ruminant, has 6 carpal bones with the same structure as the ox, but it has lighter bones for agility and speed. Now let's talk about the metacarpals, also known as the metapodium. The metacarpals are the second segment of bones in the manus. The metacarpals are the segment which is most prone to adaptation. In each species, the metacarpals are differently adapted. In the horse, the main metacarpal bone is the third metacarpal bone, also known as the cannon bone, which is a weight-bearing bone. The second and fourth metacarpal bones are also present. They are called the splint bones, but they do not perform any function. Now let's talk about the metacarpal of ox. The ox has the third and the fourth metacarpal bones are fused together in the ox, but the third and the fourth metacarpal bones of ox are fused for weight-bearing purposes. This bone is also called the cannon bone. And the second and fifth metacarpal of ox are reduced or rudimentary. Now let's talk about the metacarpals of the goat. The goat, also being a ruminant, has the same structure. The third and the fourth metacarpals are fused together to form the cannon bone, and the second and fifth metacarpals are non-functional rudimentary bones. The goat metacarpals are lighter than the ox, mainly due to agility reasons. Now let's move on to the phalanges or the digital skeleton. The phalanges are also called the acropodium. These are the last segment of bones in the manus. In the horse, all 3 phalanges are present, namely the proximal phalange, also called long pastern bone, the middle phalange, also called the short pastern bone, and third phalange, also called the coffin bone. The horse has single digit, which is also called the single hoof. Now let's talk about the phalanges of the ox. The ox has third and fourth digits are present because the ox is an ungulate, meaning that it has a split hoof. The ox also has all 3 phalanges present, namely the fetlock bone, the pastern bone and the digital bone. In the goat, all 3 phalanges are present and 2 digits are present, namely the third and the fourth digit.